the data loading, how the data is going to be load, how the data is going to be loaded of the related entity. So if you will see here, we have the relation between the customer and the order, and even in the customer class we have the relation with the orders class. So if you want to load the related data, then we have the concept of lazy loading and the eager loading. So lazy loading is also known as the on demand loading, and the eager loading is also known as like the data we are going to load already. So in lazy loading, when you're writing the query like this way from C in customer, then select C. It means by default it's going to load only customer. It is not going to load the data from the order table. But if you want to load the data from the order table as well, when you are going to query the customer table. So this is the query you have to write from C in customers. Then we have a method include, and in the include method, just pass the navigation property here so that we can load all the orders for a specified customer. So in eager loading, we already load the data when we are going to query on the parent table. But in case of the lazy loading, the data will be loaded when we will request. So let's see how to use the lazy loading and the eager loading in LINQ. And guys, here for your kind information, I'm going to share one more thing. So far, Entity Framework Core does not support the lazy loading. Entity Framework supports only eager loading so far. So if you want to test the sample for the lazy loading, then we have to create our DEL layer using the Entity Framework 6.x, not using the Entity Framework Core. So here, because of the lazy loading concept, I'm going to use here Entity Framework 6.x only one time. After that, we will use always the Entity Framework Core. So let's see how it is going to. So just create a new project, and I will create a simple DEL layer using the Entity Framework 6.x. So just create a class library for .NET Framework here. And now specify your project name, let's say data loading. Entity loading, you can give the project name. And here using the Entity Framework 6.x, I can import the same database here. So just do a right click here, and we have the option for adding the new item. And just go to the data, and we have here AD.NET Entity Data Model. Select this one. And guys, here I'm using the Entity Framework 6.x, not the Entity Framework Core. So now here just select the first option for the database first approach. The next, it will ask for the connection. Just make a connection with your SQL Server. So the server name is here Shailendra SQL Server authentication, and then test the connection. It is successful. Specify the database name. So if you will see here, the database name is here linked joins. So it will be here linked as joins. Then okay. Then include the sensitive information in the connection string, define the connection string name which you want to save in the app.config. So you can define your connection string name as entities itself. Then which version you want to use. I'm using here Entity Framework 6.x. And then the tables which you want to import. I'm going to import all the tables: customer, order, and product. Then finish. So within the data loading namespace, it will add 3 classes for all the 3 tables. So guys, here let's wait for creating the EDMX file. So you can see it's created an EDMX file based upon the database table as we have in our database. So in our database, we have 3 tables: customer, order, and product. And for all these 3 tables, it's created the things. Simple. And if you will see, here we have the customer class. In the customer class, we have the property for the order. So this property is here for the navigation property. And if you want to support here the lazy loading, so to support the lazy loading, you have to use the virtual keyword. If you will remove this virtual keyword, then it will not support the lazy loading. So here the virtual keyword significance is to support the lazy loading. And even also, if you will see in the product table, we have the navigation property for the order. And same way, if you will look into the order, we have the navigation property for the customer and the product. Like for a order item, if you want to get the product information, you can get using this navigation property. And if you want to get for which customer this order has been placed, you can get the customer information. So this is about on the navigation property. So let's see how to query the same data using the link back. And what are the DLL has been created. That DLL we can query here using the link pad, because the link pad provides us the facility to query any class library. So we had the link pad. Now just add a connection with the DLL. It will be here on assembly. And on assembly, just use the entity framework version 4.5.6. So I'm using here 6. Then next, specify the path to your assembly. So here the path for the assembly, this is the path for the assembly here, this way, data loading. Now if you have the database content you will get here, then specify the path to your connection string. So path to my connection string here app.config, then the connection string name, it is here, let's say DLL. Then test the things. If everything is fine, it will give us the success message. So it is fine, then click on the OK button. So whatever the classes we have in this DLL, if you will see, we have the customer class, we have this order class, and we have this product class. All the classes are here now. You can see customer, order, and the product. And the same query which we have written further, we can access here. Simple. So these are the query we have written in the last time. So the same query you can run with the DLL connection. So you can see the same query is going to be executed and we are getting the result here. Okay, so it's up to you whether you are going to query the SQL Server directly, whether you want to query it through a DLL. Now I can write the query for the lazy loading and the eager loading. So this is the way for writing the query for lazy loading. So in lazy loading, if you are going to query the customer class, so only we will get the data only for customer class. Lazy loading. So just remove this join condition, then only select C. Like cust. So in case of lazy loading, if you are taking our example, in our case, we have 6 customer and we have the 7 orders. So all the 6 customers will come in 1 DB hit. And for each and every customer, to find out the number of orders, it will make the database hit again and again. So the total number of DB hit in case of the lazy loading would be 7. 1 for 6 customer and 6 for each and every customer orders fetching. So here if you want to see how it is going to generate the SQL statement behind the scene, just use here a for each statement. For each statement. And it will be here where C in Q. And here we can write a console program. Console dot write line. And it will be here. Let's say customer hash and then customer ID. And it will be a C dot customer ID this way. So it is a console dot write. For printing the customer number, I'm just using here the syntax. Now here just add again a for each statement. For each, then use here where order in C dot, and this time it will be here orders. Orders this way. So in the orders we can write the query here console dot write. Then number of orders here. So number of orders would be here O dot order ID. Simple. So now what are the orders a customer will have? It will show here separated by the comma. And then to show each and every customer order in a new line, just use a console.write line. So just check how it is going to be executed. So you can see here customer 1 has 2 orders, 2 has again 2, 3, 4, 5, but customer 6 does not have any order. And the same thing you can verify in case of SQL as well. So behind the scene it will generate here the 7 SQL statement. So this is for fetching all the customer. This is for fetching the customer ID 1 order. This is for fetching customer ID 2 order, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it is generating the 7 SQL statement. It means based upon the number of customer in the customer table. it will hit the DB. So if are 100 customer, it will hit the DB 101 times. One for 100 customer and 100 times for each and every customer. But if the same query, if you will convert into the eager loading, so in that case, all the customer and their orders, it will load in 1 DB hit. So again and again, it will not hit the database if you are using the eager loading. Same way, if you want to implement the concept of eager loading, so the same query will be there. We have to just do some changes. Eager loading. So in eager loading, just use the include method. Include, then pass the navigation property in customer. So it is here orders. Orders. The entire query will be as it is. The for each loop will be as it is. So now in 1 DB hit, it will load and the entire data. Let's verify. So you can see the result will be same in case of lazy loading and in case of eager loading. But behind the scene, the generated SQL will be different. If you will see here, we don't have so many SQL statement. We have here only one SQL statement and it is using here left auto chain because we are going to fetch all the record from the right table as well. So obviously you have to use the left auto chain. So this is about the eager loading. So in eager loading in 1 DB hit, it will load the entire data. And guys, here the people ask here like which one we should use. So it will be decided based upon your database size and based upon your situation. Let's say you want to load a particular user roles as well when the user is going to log in. So I recommend to use eager loading in that place because a single user might have maximum 4 or 10 roles. But if you're talking about a customer orders, say customer may have 100 of orders within a year. And if you're going to query like if you want to show the 100 customer on a particular page, so sometimes it will impact your page performance when you are going to query the 100 or like 1000 of customer orders as well at the time of fetching the record only from customer table. So based upon the situation, you will decide whether we should go with the lazy loading or like eager loading.